Okay, John. What role do comic conventions play in your career as an indie creator, sorry? And how do you make the most of these events?
Yeah. So I think comic conventions actually play a huge role for us. It's a great way for us to interact with the people that are into our work, or fans. I hate saying that word sometimes, I feel weird about it, but
They're fans.
People it's a time for us to meet face to face, because a lot of the time we're isolated. We're just working from our studios or our bedrooms.
Yeah, of course.
So you don't really get a gauge on who is actually looking at your work and who's relating to it or enjoying it. And that's just such a rewarding part of it, the process for me, especially, doing stuff that's a little bit more for kids, and we see that little spark of inspiration in their eyes. They come up and they're really excited about it. They want to talk about the story that you've been working on.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of times I feel like I disappoint them because I might not know too much about the character that they're super excited about, but for the most part, that doesn't happen that much. Another thing is traveling overseas, and doing the conventions in different cities and different places, and you just start to meet a whole bunch of new people that have never been exposed to your work before.
Of course.
So it's really important to get out there, show your work. Sometimes we hate this word exposure, but there is such a thing as doing it yourself, which means you got to get over there. You got to be in it to win it, basically, So.
Of course.
I've over the years I've noticed the benefit. When I go to a place, I'll notice that my social media numbers from those particular cities, they start to go up.
Oh, okay.
You
That's
get more
pretty
followers.
Cool to see the actual numbers. Yeah, that's good.
There's actual data and evidence now, to prove that it's a thing that works. So
that's awesome.
I highly recommend it to anybody that's wanting to get a project out there or wanting to spread the word. Try and get yourself a table at a show and see who's out there, see who's interested,
Yeah. And it's like make it more real as well, because you're sitting in that dark little corner doing your art. Do people love this? So I've got some numbers on my Instagram, but now you've got people swooning over you as they come up to your table.
Look, that's obviously a nice part of it. But really, for me, it's good also just to be able to have it's almost like a little holiday. You're taking a break from being stuck in the studio and all of that. I get to chat to my fellow artists as well, like my table mates, that sort of thing. We catch up after hours, we talk about the industry, things like that, give each other little tips. It's all part of building this networking, I guess is what they call it, in the real world.
Yep.
It's basically what we're doing. So, this is sort of like our version of work meetings and that sort of thing as well.
Nice work meetings.
Yeah, I guess so. With a bit of pizza and drinks to go with it. It doesn't hurt.
Oh, sounds like a normal work meeting.
I think so.
Cool. What has been your favourite moment or achievement in your journey as a comic creator?
So there are probably several different moments, I would say. Like I feel so lucky to do the job that I do. So I'm always very appreciative of the fact that I get to do this sort of work, and I think one of the most rewarding things and something that I always set out as a goal was that I wanted to create my own characters and see people actually become fans of those characters or really falling in love with something that you've created yourself. So with the Neverlanders project, which I did with Tom Taylor, we had a book week, which is something that's huge in Australia every year. Anyone who's got kids knows about book week. Kids get dressed up as characters, and we actually saw kids getting dressed up as our characters,
Oh, that's so awesome.
So these are the drawings that I've done, that I just came up with something that I thought looked cool, and now people have gone out and actually created their costumes,
That's wicked.
Very rewarding, to see that. And I've had kids come up and talk about Neverlanders with me, and they'll tell me, these are my ideas. If you do another book, this is what you should do with this character and that character. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
You might actually be hitting on some ideas that we're working on there, So it's very cool just to have that interaction and see that. Aside from that, just getting to work on a lot of characters and properties that I grew up on as a kid and I was a fan of, or am still a fan of, and getting to draw those professionally is just really exciting, and a lot of fun. Yeah, you've got to sort of pinch yourself every now and then and go, I still get to do this, and even at my age now, you know, I've been doing this for a good 20 years now or plus, and I still get that little chill of excitement, you know, when I get to draw a new character that I've always loved for the first time, you know, that sort of thing. So it's very fun.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. Look. How do you approach collaboration in your comic projects, and what makes them successful? What makes for a successful partnership?
Yeah. So obviously with comics, and especially the way that we create them here, the collaboration is very important because you're working together with a colorist. In my case, mostly I'm working with a colorist. I think the number one rule is always you got to be respectful of the other person's vision and that sort of thing as well. It's not just about you getting your way all the time, you know. So with the best collaborations that I've had with colorists has always been, you know, we'll have a little chat before the project begins, and I can tell them what I'm thinking, what are the influences, what are the things that I'm looking at, and usually we get on the same page with all that sort of stuff, and they, you know, they're going to bring whatever they bring to the table, and I'll usually receive those pages and I have a good look over them, you know, for a few days and let it marinate and all that sort of thing. And for the most part, you know, I would say 95% of the time I love what I've been sent, and it'll be something where let's tweak this a little bit or that, and every now and then it's just like, for example, you know, maybe a cape got coloured as a leg instead or something like that, you know, and you need to go and change it, or an eyelid became an eyeball, I don't know, you know, little things like that you tweak. But yeah, look, as in any partnership or relationship, you know, respect is a big key topic of that.
Of course.
And you know, really just hopefully enjoy yourselves and have a good time doing it, and that's going to shine through in the artwork. Good communication. There you go.
Communication. Yes.
It's like being married. Same thing, you know.
Cool. Well, thanks for that. Those were awesome answers.
That's all right. No worries at all. Thank you.
And I'll do my little thing here.
Yeah.
This is Siz from ComX talking to Jon Sommariva.
Hello.
And this is the 3Q interview.